I received the package from Randy's WSG. He had noticed I had been using these two knife stands that he sent me a while ago on 2 for Tuesdays and then also on 3 for Thursdays. But on 3 for Thursdays, I've had to have a knife sitting on the table. So, in order for that not to happen, he sent me one more stand. Now on 3 for Thursdays, I can have all three knives up on stands, and it'll make for a nicer presentation. He also sent me some of his new beads. And he's changed these a lot from the old ones. You can see what the new ones look like. And I will show you one of the old ones. This is one of the old beads. So you can see the size, you can see the bulk difference. Where these ones are slimmed down quite a bit. I really like these a lot. Those are great. But I also wanted to show what I did to his original bead. See how nice and shiny that is? I think that looks awesome. What I did with this bead is I put a twist tie through it and I dunked it in a can of shellac a couple of times. Let it dry and then dunk it again so it will build up a nice thick clear coat over top of the bead. That'll both protect it and it gives it that nice gloss and that nice 3D look to it. I'm going to do the same thing to a couple of his new beads. I'm going to dunk them in the clear coat in shellac. The reason for shellac is very different, a very different finish. Most finishes, or including paint, if you put it over an incompatible bottom layer, it won't stick right, it'll start peeling. But shellac sticks to anything, and anything sticks to shellac. So especially when you don't know what type of oils or whatever would have been in this clay that he puts on here and bakes. I don't know what's in there, and I don't know if a standard finish would stick to it or not, but shellac will, so that's a safe bet. Actually, shellac works better than any of the stain sealers if you have a stain on your wall, a watermark, or like I had one time where somebody spilled, don't ask me how, but somebody spilled mayonnaise all over the wall and it soaked into the sheetrock. Your normal stain blockers wouldn't block that. I put a coat of shellac over it, no more problem. And that's been 15 years ago, and there's still no problem with it. So just remember that shellac is a really good finish. If you want to use it as a stain blocker like that, you need to get the de-waxed version. If you use the standard waxed version, other paints or finishes may not stick to it. So you need to get de-waxed shellac for a stain blocker. This is the standard wax shellac that I used for this. Now there's clear shellac and there's amber shellac. So make sure you get the one that you want. The amber is going to darken the finish a little bit. So for these beads, I would go with the clear. He also sent me a nice leather slip. He's been starting to work with some leather and he's making some pretty nice improvements. And I've been keeping a new Rough Rider reserve in this slip. This one is in D2. It's kind of like a sow belly Stockman, but it's a little bit of a variation. The blades are different. It doesn't have a clip point. That blade is almost more like a sod buster. It could be used more like a skinning blade. And even though this blade is kind of weird. It's very useful, but it's a combination of a sheep's foot, because you have the drop here, and also a spay blade. It's sort of in the middle of the two. And you have your little pen blade, which is also different. It's shaped more like the main blade. It has a lot of belly to it. And like on most sow bellies, you'll have the blade that's on the end with the curve faces down. This angle traps material in there so that as you're cutting, the knife doesn't slide off. Okay, I just found my dead cat, so from this point on, this video should have clear audio, and future videos should also have clear audio. So if you don't know what a dead cat is, this is an example. It's just a furry piece that has a hole here in the end, and you slide it over your microphone. And the of it is to stop air pops. So it'll stop that air noise from when it hits your microphone from making a horrible sound in the video. So that's a dead cat. Now, besides these items, the beads, the stand, and the sheath, Randy also sent me over another item. And that is this heavy-duty lanyard. So I put this on my work keys, because this is quite a serious key ring, and this is nice to pull it out of my pocket. So I'm just very grateful for these items, and that was very nice of them to send this stuff. And you will be seeing this stand used in my next 3 for Thursday, along with the previous 2 that I have, which I'll put over here. So now I have 2 for Tuesday, and I can add this one in for 3 for Thursday. So Randy, I'd just like to say thank you. And if anybody out there, if you haven't watched his channel, I'd encourage you to go check him out. Randy's WSG. This is his channel sticker. So go check him out. He reviews a lot of excellent knives, and you'll really enjoy watching his content. We'll see you next time.